Now it is the 18th of February, the year is 2023. It is a Saturday, so it is Look Up Weekend. My name is Brian Amwai. These are top stories tonight. Tonight.
Na mimi nataka niambie polisi pahali popote waliko katika Jamhuri ya Kenya kwa niaba ya Rais William Ruto. Any police commander who will supervise eviction and demolition without authority of the respective county security and intelligence committee, you'll be on your own.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua directs Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome to discipline a police commander over a demolition exercise in Nakuru County. Also tonight, Raila Odinga leads the Azimio Brigade in Kisumu County for the anti-government rallies. And
we were able to screen and get 1,907 people with TB.
Alarm as nearly 2,000 tuberculosis cases reported in Uasin Gishu County. All right, now remember that you can be part of the program by engaging us on our socials. That is at Amwai Brian on Twitter, at LookUpTV. The hashtag to use tonight is LookUpWeekend. Our sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo. Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has affirmed that the government is right on course to rectify the laws governing ownership and distribution of milk in the country. Gachagua has further noted that the current laws have denied private investors to expand. The DP also put blame on former President Uhuru Kenyatta for profiting from the gaps that exist in the market.
Kuna shughuli mingi, tuko na mambo ya fertilizer ambaye tutaenda kuzidua. Tumeleta fertilizer ya 3,500. Serikali imelipa hiyo pesa, iko juu. Hapa najua mko na mambo ya kahawa na mambo ya pareto, mko na mambo ya viazi, mko na mambo ya maziwa. Hivi karibuni tutafanya marekebisho ya industry ya maziwa, tuitoe kwa ile mtu alikuwa amechukua maziwa yote ya Kenya, turudishe kwa raia ndio muweze kulipwa sawa sawa. Najua huyu jamaa alikuwa anaenda pale Kenya Dairy Board, anajipea leseni, anaenda huko ngambo, ananunua maziwa ile ya powder 10 shillings, anakuja anachanganya na maji, anatuzia 120. Sasa hiyo yote tumesimamisha. Kwa hivyo hivi karibuni tukimaliza mabadiliko, mtaona bei ya maziwa imeanza kupanda. Pia mambo ya kahawa tuko na mabadiliko tunafanya. Kwa pareto the same.
Still on the Deputy President. Now, the Deputy President, that is Rigathi Gachagua, has issued a stern warning to police officers who are harassing members of the public, saying they will be sacked if they fail to put an end to the historical habit. Gachagua, who has expressed his disappointment with the demolition of Kiriko resident houses in Nakuru County, has reiterated that President Ruto's government will not spare police officers approving such demolitions without the national government's approval. Henry Tende now reports.
When he arrived at Kiriko in Nakuru County in the aftermath of demolitions, where area residents lost their homes and property, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was treated to angry faces of the affected families. Their cry for having lost their livelihood was just too much for the second-in-command to sweep aside. A seemingly frustrated Rigathi read a riot act to police who carried out eviction order.
The regime of brutal evictions went home. This government, led by William Ruto, is a people's government, and it cares and it is sensitive to the issues concerning the common man. Na hakuna unaweza kuja hapa ile uharibifu nimeona hapa, utoe watoto na wamama na ujui wataenda wapi.
As he has always maintained, Gachagua has reminded law enforcers that their work is to protect property.
Mimi na president tumeaibika sana na tumehuzunika sana ya kwamba hawa polisi, na tuliwaambia hawa kazi yao ni kulinda mali na maisha ya raia, sio kusimamia uharibiaji ya mali.
His wrath did not spare police commanders whom he accused of allowing the evictions that are not sanctioned by their bosses in the security sector.
And I want the DCC here, you'll have to explain to us, when you saw this, what action did you take? I want to tell our police commanders, those who still live in the era of that previous administration, the one of evictions and demolitions, serikali ilikuwa inaumiza watu. Serikali haijali mtu ya kawaida. Mubadilike ama mutoke muende nyumbani.
To soothe the pain of the affected families, Gachagua was here with a bag of goodies.
Mutaka hapa. Na hakuna pahali mnaenda. Rais amenituma na mabati ya kutosha. Kila boma mabati 70. Tumekubaliana.
The government also moving with speed to ensure the residents have food to put on the table.
Nimekuja na chakula ya kutosha. Kila familia ipewe gunia moja ya maharagwe na gunia moja ya mchele. Si ndio? Na ile ingine wale hawakubomolewa wako hapa wote wapewe chakula wakienda nyumbani.
From day one in office, President William Ruto's regime has made it clear that it will not sit back and watch police officers and the entire security apparatus violate law in the performance of their duties. Henry Tende, Look Up TV.
All right, now across the borders, President William Ruto has called on other African leaders to join forces in establishing and maintaining strong public health institutions and enhance Africa's capacity in manufacturing its own vaccines and stop relying on other countries. Now, this call comes after the spread of COVID-19 disrupted the continent's economy and dragged development in the third world countries.
Speaking in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, during the inaugural ministerial forum by the Africa Centers for Disease Control, President Ruto has said that Africa must invest in public health workforce to support institutions with skilled professionals.
The Cabinet Secretary for Ministry of Health of the Republic of Kenya is currently working on proposed modalities to fast-track commitments, and these will be shared for adoption so that we can secure the place of our continent, especially when health emergencies emerge.
The head of state has noted that African nations need to invest more in health sector and boost resource mobilization so as to achieve these interventions.
I further challenge ministers of health to be more innovative and more involved in the governance of Africa CDC and its activities to make it the organization of choice to go to during disease outbreak and health emergencies.
The president has also reiterated on the need to shift from the initial investment in health to a more unified approach, as future health threats and disease outbreaks may be more complex, risking lives in the continent.
The last 3 years have taught us the importance of a robust health sector following the example of global response to COVID-19 pandemic. Political goodwill was found as the greatest ingredient for world leaders to work together, cooperate, and coordinate efforts for the betterment of humanity.
Ruto has, however, lauded the call by the Africa Union Commission to governments, multilateral organizations, and the private sector to support the full execution of Africa's public health order.
The new public health order is therefore necessary to safeguard our African continent from a myriad of threats to health, reproductive rights, and socioeconomic security. It is even more essential to achieve health security in the face of emerging and re-emerging health threats such as COVID-19, Ebola, among others.
Ruto is expected to jet back in the country on Sunday after concluding his 3-day visit in Ethiopia for the 36th ordinary session of the African Union Heads of State and Government Summit. Samedika, Look Up TV.
To matters politics, Azimio la Umoja leader Raila Odinga has made 6 demands to President William Ruto during the opposition's anti-government rallies held on Saturday. Now, speaking at the Moi Stadium in Kisumu, Raila said the people of Kisumu will be part of the struggle to ensure electoral justice is delivered in Kenya. The Azimio Coalition took its Meet the People Baraza to the county of Kisumu. Odinga, accompanied by Karua, Wamalwa, Kalonzo and other leaders, continue to castigate the Kenya Kwanza government, saying they are in office illegally.
Ya milioni 8 na wale wamenyakua serikali kiharamu walikuwa na milioni 5 peke yake, mkiwa mahakama ile kuu zaidi ya mahakama kuu. Nyinyi ndio mahakama ya mwisho hapa Kenya, the court of public opinion. Tunataka mkiwa na hiyo ushahidi mtupatie mwelekeo ya kwamba yule mlichagua achukue ushukani.
Hatuwezi tena kuvumilia wizi wa kura Kenya. Kenya inaangaliwa na macho mengi duniani na bara la Afrika.
Tulikuwa tumeona sababu mafuta inapanda duniani, lazima tuweke subsidy ili mafuta iweze kushuka kidogo. Hiyo subsidy Ruto ametoa. Tulikuwa tunaweka karibu bilioni 18. Vijana wengi tangu COVID kuje hawana kazi. Tulikuwa tunatoa bilioni 2 kila mwezi isaidie vijana kazi kidogo kidogo mitaani. Hiyo bilioni 2 Ruto amefanya nini? Ametoa.
Odinga was armed with a 6-point demand list, among them that they will not allow the country to be taken back to a single-party state, and also that they will ensure the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission is constituted of non-partisan individuals.
1, that we are keenly aware of the significance of elections to our welfare as a people and our progress as a nation. Consequently, we really and fully associate with the struggle to ensure electoral justice in our country.
Haiwezekani kuwa na commission. Ndio tunasema tunaemba maombi Jivanjii Gardens. Jivanjii Gardens ni karibu na mahali IBC maofisi yao yako. Tunaenda kuomba kwamba uovu wote wa IBC mimi na ndugu Raila.
The leaders also castigated the ODM rebel MPs for what they termed as betrayal to the party and the leader of the opposition.
Baba, wale viongozi wote wa Nyanza ambayo wamechaguliwa kwa sababu ya baba, si ni kweli? Na sasa mbona wanasiliti baba wengine kwenda huko State House? Nyinyi mtakubali hiyo?
Now, Uasin Gishu County government has reported an increase in TB cases, hitting the highest number ever in the county. Now, this comes at a time when the county government has set aside 200 million shillings to help fight communicable diseases. As Samia Dika now reports, the county health department now wants to be fully equipped so as to eradicate TB cases, which is turning out to be a menace.
Uasin Gishu County Health Department has reported an increase in TB cases despite measures put in place by the devolved unit to prevent the spread of the disease. According to the Health Service County Executive Committee member Dr. Sam Kotut, 1,907 people screened by December last year were found to be infected with TB.
TB kills about 32,000 people worldwide. And in Uasin Gishu alone, we were able to screen and get 1,907 people with TB.
Speaking in Eldoret town during the launch of a 1-month free screening exercise that will be done in all county health facilities, Dr. Kutut has attributed the increase in reported cases to great awareness in the rural areas and many people being tested.
The numbers have gone up despite the fact that we have been able to take steps and measures to prevent the disease, and this is attributed to maybe greater awareness. People in the rural areas now are more able to access knowledge and information about TB, and many people now are being tested.
Uasin Gishu County Assembly has doubled its budget for medicines and disease surveillance to 200 million Kenya shillings in order to cover all communicable and non-communicable diseases in the county.
We had a budget of 100 million, which we have doubled. So the governor has increased the budget to 200 million, and this should be able to cover all types of diseases. and all disease surveillances, and all types of diseases, communicable diseases, non-communicable diseases in the county, and to support programs and to support activities that go into ensuring that all our people in the county are healthy.
The county residents have been urged to come out in large numbers for the free screening exercise, as those that will be found infected will receive free TB treatment.
People who want to be tested to make sure they are not TB infected, this is a free testing exercise. It's called screening, free screening. So you come forward, you are tested, and you should be able to find yourself free of the disease. Then you are stable and you should not be. And if you have the disease, you will be treated and you will be given steps and ways of making sure you don't infect people in your household, people within your environment.
This comes as the country prepares to mark this year's World TB Day in Uasin Gishu County on the 24th of March. Samia Dika, Look Up TV.
All right, now that story by Samia Dika takes us to our first break here on the program. Don't go too far. We'll be back with more in just a short while.
Your name will be changed from a poor man to a rich man, from a Sumbua man to a flowing man. I say your name will be changed. Even your landlord does not know you are a Christian, because you are afraid of him calling you names and saying, even the watu wameokoka wanafanya muna pesa na mnashina kanisa mkiomba. From today, encounter the presence of God.
Vera Beauty and Fashion College is focused on being the leading technical and vocational training institute in the region. Our team possesses in-depth knowledge and extensive experience in the industry, offering thorough training in cosmetology, hairdressing, interior design, creative arts, training of trainers, nail technology, and fashion design. With branches in Nairobi, Thika, Meru, Eldoret, and now in Mombasa, our courses ensure that learners are completely equipped with knowledge, competency, and employability skills. Enroll today to be a part of a center of excellence.
Are you a junior secondary school, a college, a TVET institution, or a university, and you want to advertise your intake? Book now and advertise with us today on both Lookup TV and all our digital platforms. Call us today on 011 0430 158, 011 0430 158, or email us on sales@lookuptv.co.ke.
Right, thank you for staying with us here on the program. Moving on, as many African countries continue to grapple with electronic waste management and subsequently being a target for electronic waste dumping by developed countries, to tackle this challenge, Meru College of Science and Technology has launched a program to deal with electronic waste. Gladys Masharia now reports.
In the current digital era where computers and electronic devices are the order of the day, very few countries have taken steps to deal with electronic waste. Electronic devices are made of minerals with toxic particles such as mercury, lead and lithium, which have health effects especially on the brain, lungs and spine. To address this challenge, the Meru College of Science and Technology has launched a program to deal with electronic waste.
Of ICT and economy has contributed to massive generation of electrical and electronic waste. At the heart of this e-waste problem is lack of innovative solutions, preventing countries from developing circular economies for electronic equipment. A model where resources are reused and recovered rather than disposed of at the end of life. It is critical that not only manufacturers but also academic institutions, Mary University of Science and Technology included, recyclers and individual consumers play their part in improving the prospects for circular economies.
At inauguration ceremony of the Garage and Electronic Waste Center at Meru University of Science and Technology, Deputy Chancellor Dr. Romanas Odhiambo explained that there is a great need for the government to fund the centers as it will be one way to boost scientific innovations in the country. Kenya, being one of the economically prosperous countries that do not have cells to deal with electronic waste, has become the target of developed countries for piling up electronic waste. Kenya has imported many devices that have reached the end of their service life at a way cheaper price.
The project is still looking at other contributors in e-waste, and we are still mobilizing for more private companies to join the initiative, because e-waste ideally is huge in Kenya. It's a huge problem that we are facing, and as soon as we take necessary precaution measures to handle it, then we are headed in a wrong direction.
Special Program Giz Institute Manager Eddie Olo said that there is a need to recycle electronic waste by producing spare parts that will be used in the training of students of science courses. Meru College of Science and Technology is currently providing training to deal with the electronic waste to make this project a success in this country. Gladys Masharia, Look Up TV.
Now, the Lower Nzoia irrigation project is expected to be completed in September after the World Bank extended its funding to the end of September from the earlier set timeline of June 2021. According to the National Irrigation Authority Chair Joshua Toro, the Sino Hydro Company, which is the main contractor, has committed to completing the project within the stated time.
Food insecurity has become a major setback following last year's 4 consecutive failed rains. The situation has been worsened by the ongoing drought that continues to ravage 24 out of 47 counties, endangering lives and livelihoods. The Lower Nzoia irrigation project is expected to be completed in September after the World Bank extended its funding to the end of September from the earlier set timeline of June 2021. This will come in handy for over 10,000 farmers in Busia and Siaya counties.
The project, Lower Nzoia Irrigation Scheme project, is to address the issue of Bunyara irrigation farmers and also Siaya farmers to be brought into irrigation picture.
Visiting the Ruambwa water intake site, Chairman National Irrigation Authority Joshua Toro clarified that the project delayed due to a few land compensation cases that have since been addressed.
We have problems with land compensation because every farmer wants to get the money before the farmer he moves out or she moves out. Sometimes you can even compensate 100 people and 10 people who are left cannot allow you to proceed. The contractor cannot be allowed to proceed the works. The National Land Commission, they have issues also with the areas of title deeds. Green cards are not available. So some areas they have not been able to compensate.
Toro further explained that the project will not only address issues of food insecurity among 12,600 farmers in Busia and Siaya counties, but also control floods within the Bunyala area.
About 90% of the canal is already done, which means that the section that is remaining, the 10%, to connect the canal to the canal that goes to Bunyara, is going to take a few months.
The 3.8 billion water and irrigation project funded by the World Bank was started in 2017. The project came to a halt when the contractor cited difficulty in accessing the land. Starting next week, the canal passing through the areas of Oranga, Umiri and parts of Ugenya will access water that will see 500 acres of land put under crop production in Siaya County and later extended to Bunyala Irrigation Scheme in Busia County, increasing the number of farmers benefiting from the scheme to 10,000 from the current 6,960 farmers. Cecilia Lubanga, Look Up TV.
All right, let's get sporty with some sad news tonight. Ghanaian international